Hello and welcome back. I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. We're going to play some more Ragusa. Had a chance to look around a little bit. We're going to just sit and wait, see if he's going to turn on his forts. So the biggest indicator that I could see that he's not planning to attack right this second is that he's got like 8 mothballed forts throughout his country. He will turn those all on. Every fort will go on if he wants to attack us. So we're going to keep an eye on those. And if we see that happen, we're going to ally all the things, probably. Auto-transport that army home. Rumor is spreading that the Ottomans are preparing to attack Kaifa in a war of aggression. There's not much time to, if we wish to interfere. Can someone in chat confirm for me, actually, then? Like I said, I don't know for sure, and I would like to know for sure. Is the loose lips personality trait 100% guaranteed to disclose their plans, or is it only a % chance? Marlu says it is guaranteed. Perception says it is guaranteed. Is it the having a large spy network that is the one that's not guaranteed? I could have sworn there was one that was not guaranteed. So he's going to go after Kaifa, who is allied to Karaman. If we could theoretically get Kaifa willing to ally us, hear me out, we don't want to fight the Ottomans, right? It's scary. But if we had to fight them, like, we're gonna fight them no matter what, we would rather fight them when we are the non-co-belligerent in the war, so that anything he tries to take costs twice as much, and the truce is going to be huge because he's already paying 16 war score to conquer the war leader. So, I'm really pretty concerned right now. I think he will eventually attack us. But I think for now, I'm going to rent Condottieri instead of doing the alliance. Still improve relations anyway. Let's also improve at Tunis. Tactical suicide? Might not be suicide though, right? Okay, so we're just gonna ferry across the Black Sea. Ooh, Rector Giacomo Pazza is a bold fighter. Gosh, she's amazing. Advisor costs and land leader shock? Yes, please. We just need to rent these. If we're gonna rent troops out, we need to rent them before Kaifa loses all income and stuff, so that we can actually get them rented. We will gain tradition. Bad maneuver guy. We want to march home. We want to get these troops on the Ottoman border. So most likely, if we're renting Condottieri, we're going to just go stand in the mountains over here. Take the gold mine and then like hide in the mountains behind rivers and stuff. And just be annoying to him so that he can't actually... He won't want to fight us because it'll be too penalizing, but we'll be a thorn in the backside of his country. And by having at least one occupation, Kaifa won't be 100%ed, so he'll stay in the war a little bit longer. Buys us some time. Did Ottomans take some of our land? No, we haven't fought them. Can you scorch his Condottieri? Sadly, no, and that's the thing that really annoys me. You should be able to scorch, in my opinion. Alright, second age bonus. Prestige per development for missionary. That might actually be useful. We don't have high prestige, and high prestige is a lot of morale of armies. You can have up to 10% morale of armies from prestige. Institution spread is going to be useful in 5 years, though. The next institution, I think, is printing press, right? So that's going to spawn in one of the Protestant provinces of Germany. And spread fairly quickly, but... Blockade impact on siege, I don't want. Mercenary discipline. I hope we don't have to hire a whole bunch of mercs to win a war. We're not gonna hire mercs until we've burned through all of our professionalism. And that's like 7,000 times 7. We have like 50,000 banked manpower before I would even consider mercs. No. I think I'm leaning towards this prestige from missionaries. Let's take that. You know that if you could scorch this condottieri, you would get rented out to someone for the sole purpose of scorching all their land? If you could, you would get rented out. When you rent out troops, though, you still have control of them, so why would you scorch your own land? I don't... That doesn't make sense. Just because you rent out troops as condottieri doesn't mean you have to scorch. Right? Like, you still control the troops. Alright, what is the maximum number of troops we could rent? 22 right now. I'm not certain that we want to even try to go for forts. He's turned his forts on. We're ahead of time on tech by a lot, with a lot of military points banked, so we could... We could maybe rent out like a 12-0-10 stack, or a 10-2-10 stack, and just march directly in Constantinople, barrage it, and try to just blast the damn capital down. It's risky, because it's flat terrain, he'd probably come fight us. But it could work. We could actually take the capital. I don't like that, though. That seems risky. I want to rent a big, wide, fat stack that's safe. Hide it in the mountains. So in that case, let's grab our expensive units, have them go here. I'm going to put together a 22 stack. There's the war deck. So I want to send mostly frontline troops. I want the cav in there because they loot really well, and I want to pillage his countryside a bit. I want a couple artillery just so we can do barrage if we want to, but I don't want to go super wide. So maybe just 4, so we can barrage anything. And then we'll add 2 more infantry in this army. Let's subsidize now, because I'm definitely doing this. And another thing to consider, though, is we could rent out 2 12-stack, or 2 11 stacks. Or Caraman. Ah, shoot, Caraman won't let me do it, because he's on an island. Loser. Old annex is the capital. Yeah, I don't want your troops because you can't get to my island. Loser. What a loser. Mr. Tordon DNK, Twitch Prime, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Okay, this stack is going to be sent over to, like, Zeta for now. These guys can go back to drilling. We probably shouldn't train any troops while we have this upcoming stack going out. It's already not possible due to Zinkaiva running a deficit while having loans. He's already been stack wiped. How do you already have loans, Zinkaiva? I'm subsidizing you 30 ducats a month. You can definitely afford these troops. It's got 8 loans. Alright, I will buy your loans. You're gonna make me wait 1 more month, aren't you? Don't you dare go into debt. I need to rent this army to you. Also, we were supposed to be putting down these Zaphorus and Separatists, and I apparently went back to drilling. We need to get this rented out and then do some work before he loses control of his capital. So, off you go. He's only going to give us 48 monies because he doesn't have more, but I don't really care about the monies. I just want the contract. We can actually go and do stuff. We are in it. We're fighting the Ottoman. Now, we could still ally after the fact, late into the war, and then get called in properly. Got a 28 stack over here. Send tech 12 to our tech 12. he will be distracted for a while, having to go siege down Caraman on the island. Okay. Why are they so mad in Zeta? Like, what happened here? Autonomy decreased and reassessment survey. Well, speaking of autonomy decreasing, let's go ahead and do that. Some darn manpower. Could you take Caraman? Caraman's part of our trade league. And we can't fabricate on him. Because we're out of the first stage. Okay, so this is why I went wide. Instead of going with that 10-0-10 stack, or the 10-2-10 stack. Instead, we've got 18 troops in the front row versus his 18 troops in the front row, and we're in mountains behind a river. That is a 3-4-6-3 general, because he's got god-awful, crazy, ridiculous army tradition. But I don't think he's going to want to engage us with all of the penalties of the mountain, because we're wide enough to flank, like to counter his width. So I feel pretty justified in not going for the super greed strat. The best mountain for us would be Epirus, because it's surrounded by river on all sides. We'll keep pushing forward. I might even just go sit on Epirus right now. The safest possible location we could be, so let's just go there and sit there. We'll see. Should we just rival the Ottomans, do you think? I feel like that might possibly make him even more likely to attack us. But our power projection is going to come down if I don't do it. Also, we're kind of wasting that really lucky event, the 20% morale of armies event. We're not going to fight him. Now, 40,000 troops. He might just commit to the attack anyway. But if he does, he'll take more losses than we do, and it is effectively better to do that than to lose the troops in our own war on flat terrain or something. We'll see. Sirmia. Take it to 20 development and get a barracks built there. Already has one. Excellent. Arumba, how are you avoiding the 20 province limit malice? By ignoring the states. We have states that could be stated that we're just not stating. We have 16 state slots with only 8 active. We have 4 territories. Just because you have a state slot doesn't mean you have to turn it into a state. You just leave it a territory. Whatever. Still get value from it, still gain land force limits, still gain goods produced and other stuff. Well, we're just gonna sit here, keep this occupied, prevent the Ottomans from getting their easy 100% against this guy. After they're done with the siege, they're gonna go after Caraman, and then maybe we can make the war last an extra year or two just because we're giving his and Kaifa an occupation. So the Ottomans can't have 100% war score. Yep, we're just staring across the river, just look at this guy. He stands there, we stand here, we just, how's it going, buddies? Let's just hang out. I was right that he does not want to engage because the relative advantage of the -3 crossing and all that crap, so he just doesn't want to fight us. Izinkaifa's capital fell. Next up, probably Karaman. People want Karategiri, but I have no troop limit available to rent out. We're making 35 ducats a month. That's temporary, right? Venetian war reps spiked up briefly. Did I stop paying Izinkaifa? I think so. I hope so. Yeah. We're making 24 net ducats a month. That's about correct. Okay. So long as the Ottoman war score is less than, I think it's 32 now, we could have gotten called into the war. If we improved enough, we could actually still enforce peace. Actually, we already have it. We can enforce peace right now if we wanted to. How come we can't see that you are at war on the bottom of the screen? Yep, just renting out the 20 stack to Izinkaifa. I'm trying to delay the Ottomans' ability to attack me. Oh, he's moving. Stay away from me. Hopefully he's just moving to try to move on to Karaman next. And also hopefully he suffers a lot of attrition or something, standing in his own land. That'd be cool. He's got 80 ships that I just saw. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. We don't like you, Ottoman. Every month that we wait, we're buying time. 348 extra manpower. Your Karategiri contract is... they're disappointed. Right, of course. I'm not doing enough for you, apparently. I'm the only reason you're actually still in the war, but okay. Maybe we put just traders in charge now? Actually, we could go with aristocrats. They're the ones that have the least influence at the moment. If I had to choose to have a single monarch point right now that I'm like generating too much of, I want to generate too many diplo points. So I guess we go traders instead. So the reason he's upset is because we're not actually fighting any battles or, you know, occupying and besieging a real fort. But I'm not really willing to do that. So if he's not willing to, he's disappointed in the contract, I'm just going to cancel it on the... Oh, great, he's craven. Cool. We'll cancel it as soon as we can, and then... I don't know, maybe he'll let us re-up it. And we can come in again and keep this war going. If not, then... Oh well, I think we bought possibly a little bit of time. Although he's not actually going after Karaman, which is really weird. EP is sinking. I know, every month we go by without a rival, it's starting to build up. I just don't know which direction we want to go. Don't want to rival the Ottomans, because I feel like it's going to cause them to want to attack us even more. Can't rival Bohemia, because then we have to fight Bohemia Austria, because he's the emperor and he's a prince. We rival Austria. I'm gonna dip that back and just see what some of the war decks look like. Poland, Venice. Bohemia will not defend Venice. France will defend Venice. Great. Poland. Ooh, interesting, actually. Austria would not defend Bohemia. Brunswick, Hesse. Maybe Bohemia is a good idea. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's already been long enough. I'm gonna take a break if you're watching on YouTube. We'll talk in chat. Decide what to do from here. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.